So I feel like I have so much to say since like the last video that I made. That shit was very chaotic, but I just was thinking about how since then I have been seeing a lot of like just discussion about like from men and both women, and it's just like really hard to receive everything that's going on right now in the world and like interpersonal relationships with each other. Like I feel like there's some like lesson I'm trying to learn about how like what love really looks like and how that's reflected in your relationships with the people around you. Like essentially I've been having a hard time connecting to people in my life right now. It's very much giving like black sheep energy in my family. And like I'm just on this very like healing spiritual journey, and I think like for whatever reason like I'm like becoming isolated for like a million reasons in one. Like there's no reason to get into it, but back to the discussion, the like dialogue people are having of like men and women and like just their interactions with each other. Like it just really feels like men and women hate each other so much. Like everything is like men ain't shit, like, or like men need to be used, or like men are saying the same thing about women, that they are just like objectifying them in their bodies. Like it's just crazy, the rhetoric that's out in regard to like just like I said, interpersonal relationships and how men and women treat each other. And as a queer gay person, like it spills over even into my dynamics and my relationships with the women in my life. And it's really hard. Like I cannot imagine how like heterosexual cis men feel dealing with women. Because again, as a queer gay man, I'm like, girl, I cannot figure this out. Like y'all are like confusing me. Like it's like I want to connect on a deeper, more spiritual, more like just loving level connection. And it's like women only innately do that with other women. They don't just like open up to any man, no matter if you're fucking gay, queer, anything. Like they don't just do that. Like you need to like earn that from women. And then I guess that's why I feel like sometimes I relate to like just cishet men, that like it's just women see things so differently. Like I noticed it with my mom. I had like a hangout with my cousins that like didn't really go as like I expected it to. And just like other female friendships that I have, it's like they are very guarded and very like we misunderstand each other often, and like we want different things from each other. Like it's so much. And I'm not even like romantically linked to these women. I'm not even like sexually attracted to them. Like this is family and friends. Like this is fucking crazy. So like to think about that in terms of a relationship is like mind-blowing. And to know what cishet men are like they ain't no fucking better sometimes. And like I think that whatever like the feminine equivalent to what Andrew Tate is, it's like both of them are like very toxic. Like, and that's a lot of what is being perpetuated in the dialogue, like the social diaspora of like dating and relationships and being single. And like again, my mind goes to like a bigger just interpersonal kind of level where it's like this affects all of us in our relationships with each other, and I fucking hate that so much. So yeah, it's just like hard hearing all of that. It's hard knowing what lessons to be learned. You know, I hear a lot of people talk about how going no contact is like the greatest thing in the world and it'll save your relationship, and like, you know, y'all will like make peace with the relationship that you had and like form a new one together. And then there are other people on the flip side that are like, bitch, he's gone, let him stay gone. Like, if he texts you, if he reaches out, like, he's trying to see how dumb you are, that he can just use you, he can fucking have access to you whenever he wants, he can this, he can that, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, oh my fucking God, like, what is the actual truth then? And like, of course, the actual truth is that like, you're gonna do whatever's best for you, you're gonna do whatever you feel is right in your bones, in your body. Like, you're gonna, you know what's best for you. So like, why can't we have those conversations? Like, why is it always like, like, men ain't shit, fuck men, fuck this, fuck that, but like, it's just so fucking draining being a part of all of this shit right now. And like, then to be single and like be healing and on your journey of like self-love and discovery and like all these things, it makes it, I feel like I get pushed to that place of like protecting my little bubble and not wanting to be intimate or vulnerable with just anybody. And like, that's good and dandy that we all feel like that, but I think sometimes it feels like that can overconsume me, and I'm gonna be I'm not gonna be as careful or like have discernment with like deterring the wrong people out of my life or out of my circle. And even when it feels like, okay, this does feel like the right person, the right people, it's like, how do you healthily do that? How do you in a healthy way let someone into your space, to your zone, your peace, like whatever? And again, I think that those are the conversations that I would like to have that people are not really having. It's very far and few in between. So it's really just like you figuring it all out by yourself. And it's like, where's the guidance? Like, for someone like myself that doesn't have, my father passed when I was a baby, and I don't really have the best relationship with my mom. And yes, it is improving, but I don't think she still knows how to provide guidance in a parent way, especially not in a father figure kind of way. So like, it just really sucks that we don't have any community, any support outside of our homes, of our own little bubbles to like get guidance from. I know that that's what like the place of a mentor is supposed to be, and like sometimes professors, sometimes your peers, whatever. But I think again, like, we're not having conversations in a way that like is helpful for each other, like where we're teaching love and peace and harmony. Like, it really is just like you're speaking to all the signs and all the things that people are experiencing, and then telling them like, don't do this, don't do that, such and such. And I feel like that's a very huge overgeneralization for sure. It just makes me think about like just like what love is supposed to be and feel like. I feel like I'm starting to interpret it as like a Venus and Mars versus an Adam and Eve kind of love. I think Venus and Mars is representative of like the anxious avoidant attachment. And I recently, like a couple weeks ago, went to the Art Institute in Chicago, and they had this portrait. I don't know who the like artist was or when it was made. I just know it was in their like European wing with all the like other Roman shit. They had this portrait of Venus whipping Cupid, and Mars was like Mars beating Cupid and Venus trying to stop him. And like the little excerpt or whatever was essentially saying that like Mars was upset that Venus, made him fall in love with Mars was upset that Cupid made him fall in love with Venus. So he was beating Cupid, and like, why would you make me fall in love with this person? They're not good for me, or like whatever the anxious, insecure, anxious, and avoidant dynamic is. Like, that really was what that portrait was like reflecting and displaying. Like, it was like really beautiful to me. Like, I don't think that was like him beating his wife at all. I think it was just like him or the Mars energy in that, and this like dynamic just really being upset that like they don't love themselves enough to like love their partner properly, the person that the universe, God, the creator brought them into existence with, like into their spaces. But like on the flip side, Venus like understands what is going on, and she's like, no, stop. Like, she's literally stopping him, saying like, stop, we can like fix this, like this is beautiful, like we were meant to like be together. Like, it's just so beautiful. That's where that like idea that a woman could fix a man, or like that feminine energy is like healing and can like fix someone else. But again, all you hear online is that like, you can't help anybody else. You can't help somebody that doesn't want to get help. You can't help somebody like be better to you. Like whatever people say online, I know we all know, like it's just like not coming to me. my brain is like thinking a million thoughts a minute right now, but you just cannot fix somebody else. You cannot heal somebody else. Like, they have to do it for themselves. Even if they're doing it for you, it's like they want to get better for themselves first so that they're better for you. And that portrait just really like stuck with me. I think about it often, like, because I think about the Venus and Mars love energy dynamic like story, and I just really like want to delve deeper into that. And I think that's a lot how we like interact with each other, even in our friendships and our family dynamics, or any ships you can think of. Like, that presence, that dynamic is felt, I think. And it's like, if the Adam and Eve version of that is like what security is, what being healthy looks like, where it's like, you know, just allowing each of you to have your own experiences, but like still staying present together, and like just being patient with each other, being mindful of each other, like helping each other when you notice each other is like having a hard time, or like maybe you're misunderstanding. So like you have to self-regulate a lot and have a lot of patience with the people that you're interacting with. So I don't know, I see that as like Adam and Eve. Like, that's what love was intended to be like. Very unconditional, very like, you know, just loving and caring, and like very human, like just having a human experience with someone else. So I try to think about everything on a larger scale than just like my personal dynamic or relationship with one person. I think the problem that you have with one person is the problem that you have with everybody. I think that that's at least what my experience has been, what life is teaching me. Like, sometimes I can have a tone issue, I can have an attitude issue, I can like a lot of the issues that I can have. I can be very passionate, very aggressive, very bold in how I am, how I say things, a lot of things, a lot of my like shadow side. Like, it's like, why would it be different from person to person? Like, I present myself the same way to whoever I'm around. I know, again, that that's like an overgeneralization, but like, I feel like it's just the problem that you have with one person, I'm sure, is the problem you have with everybody, which is why you do your shadow work and you see those darker sides of yourself and look inward and like learn how to manage them and deal with them and be mindful of them when you're around other people. And I think just where I am right now in my journey, like I said, I really want to connect to people and be intimate and be vulnerable and like show my softer, more feminine side, and like just have and be a part of creating, not me giving the middle finger, creating, maintaining, and like, you know, whatever else, a healthy, loving space with people. Like, I really want that. I want to have that. And I think I'm realizing what a lot of the relationships that I do have, that I don't have that. I don't have a space where I can have the conversations that I would like to, where I can be my most authentic self and feel accepted, feel understood. I think it's like I get close and then a misunderstanding happens, and because a lot of my network are women especially, they like retreat and they like protect themselves first, which is absolutely fine. Like, I don't take that personal at all. It's just, how do you navigate that now? How do you find that? And I have noticed the same issue with other gay friends of mine, gay sort of friendships that I'm forming. Like, it's just so hard to connect to people right now, and it's just like, where does that leave us? Where does that leave me? And again, nobody is like having these conversations. Nobody like knows how, cares to, is able to, whatever the reasoning is. Like, but at the end of the day, I want to have these conversations. I want to grow. I want to heal. I want to connect. I know I'm like harping on this for sure. I'm just stressed. And I'm sharing that, I guess. I'm just stressed. And sometimes like I'm very grateful to have the internet and have like things like TikTok or Twitter that like really speak to my experience, my feelings. It's like someone's always saying something better than like I could have said it or like expressed it, or someone's always like validating my experience, and I love that so much. But then literally in 2 seconds, you'll have somebody on the complete opposite side telling you why your shit ain't valid. They are completely dismissing and validating, like hurting your fucking, your experience, your belief, whatever the fuck. And like, it's just, you have to like live in the duality that like everything has truth to it. So like, what really is true, what really is just like whatever. Like I like know I have the words and I have the thoughts, but like I'm just like throwing them all out right now. And a lot of what like my video diaries are just like me kind of letting out my stream of consciousness and seeing like what is on my mind and what comes out unfiltered. And I think that's why I want to keep my videos unedited, because like I want this to be very true and raw and honest. And I feel like with editing or like putting a little boing or like fucking words and like shit on like my mannerisms or whatever, like I'm not there right now, you know. Like I think that would take away from what I'm saying and what I'm doing. And I guess that's just it. Like I of course could like talk forever. I love to fucking talk. But it's the way I literally just have one job, literally 9 to 4, and I have to work my next job giving 5 to 9 p.m. So a bitch is like in that middle period of, this is my lunch hour, this is my transit commute hour. Like I am literally working 9 to 9. It's fucking insane where this economy is at, where this like system is at, how fucking much and how hard we have to work. Like it is baffling. And like how much that takes away from like taking care of my mental health, my physical health, what I'm putting in and on my fucking body. Like crazy. But that is what was on my mind right now. That is what has been on my mind, I guess, the last few days, since the last few weeks since I posted my last video. And I hope that it resonates. I hope that it does something for people out there.